Well, hello everyone! Sorry this video is a little delayed, but today we are going to jump into part 2 of the dollar store video. If you didn't catch the first part, I did a shop with me and the DIY eyeshadow paint in the last video, and today we're going to finish off by just reviewing a couple of the other supplies that I bought and also doing a faux acrylic ink, more of like an acrylic paint spray that you can have fun with. Let's go ahead and jump right in. This turned out much better than I anticipated it would, and so I'm really excited to share it with you all. This next project can get a little messy, so I'm going to go ahead and put down some parchment paper. Could be a little bit of a protector of my workspace. Probably should have done that for the last project too, but didn't realize how messy that was going to get. So I actually bought these, the acrylic paints, and the alcohol. So this is actually a project that I saw another YouTuber doing. She used a little bit different paints than I am going to be using, but essentially little pump bottles. We're going to mix the acrylic paint with the alcohol to produce a sort of DIY alcohol ink. It's not going to react the same way as alcohol inks, but it's going to be close. Obviously it's not going to be reactivated like alcohol inks are because the acrylics are different basically. And once they dry, they will be permanent. But it's a fun thing to mess around with, to play with. It gives you a little more versatility than working with the acrylic paint straight out of the tube. I actually, real quick, I'm just going to show the thickness of these acrylics. Alcohol inks are also usually done on Yupo paper. I'm not going to do that today, but because I don't have any and it is more expensive, I'm just using some scrap pieces of watercolor paper that I have lying around. I just want to show you straight from the tube these acrylics in case you've never seen them before. I have used them before, but I was not impressed with the quality last time. So we'll see how they look now, because they look really vibrant when they come right out of the tube, but last time, yeah. So the pigment in these is not very strong, so you do see the paper through them. So what that really means is if you want to get the same thickness as like a nice decent acrylic paint, you're just going to have to do a lot more layering with letting it dry in between the layers, which is more time consuming, and the results still won't look as vibrant as if you buy nice acrylics. However, if you're just playing around and just getting started, this can work just fine. Or you can play around with transparencies, like see how nice that purple is. And you wouldn't get that necessarily without mixing your acrylics or watering them down. But it's because the pink is showing through the blue, because there isn't a ton of pigment on this to make it super transparent. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball this, because I'm not super technical with my crafting. If you're more technical, I would say 1 part paint to 2 parts alcohol is probably going to be your best bet. Let's see how this one turns out. So I got my 1/3 of the way with pink paint. Make sure that cover's on there tight, and mix. So I've also seen this done with Sharpies, where you cut the tip of the Sharpie open. I'll link that in the description box below because I'm not going to do that, but that's another way to make these kind of alcohol inks. They're a lot more muted. That's another dollar store hack. You can buy the colored permanent marker sets and make your own alcohol inks that way as well. So this is pretty well mixed. There's a few spots that seem to not be mixing all the way, but let's see. I want to see how the consistency is when it sprays out. look at that. It's actually a lot more vibrant than I thought it would be. That is super fun. Okay, so I'm actually really excited about that. That's super fun. Let's try this blue. So I'm gonna keep it the same consistency. That mixed a lot better than the pink did. At least it looks like it did. Alright, let's see. Oh, well, that was facing the wrong direction. Oof. This is going everywhere. Oh no, I just got it all over everything. Alright, so I am actually really excited about how this is blending together. This could create some really fun effects. I might actually go back to the dollar store and get some more colors because I only got these two colors because I wasn't sure how it's gonna work. Let's see how it reacts if you... So with alcohol inks, you can reactivate them. If you can see that on camera. But the places where it overlapped, it mixed the colors together. So when you're using alcohol inks, if you're not familiar, you can use a spray alcohol, just the alcohol, to reactivate them and kind of make them mix together. So if you don't like the pattern that you have, you can spray more alcohol in it and it'll do random things. It'll bring up colors from the bottom, and it creates this kind of like bubbling pattern. Now, like I said, I'm not really using Yupo paper. I'm using watercolor paper, which absorbs the paint a lot more than Yupo paper would. As you can see, it's absorbed quite a bit. But when I sprayed that second layer of alcohol, all the places where the two colors were layered on top of each other mixed together to create the purple. That is really cool. So again, I don't think this is archival necessarily, but this is a really cool effect that you could have a lot of uses for on backgrounds and kind of street looking art or abstract art. I'm just really excited about the results. I'm gonna put another layer of pink and see what happens. So I'm actually super excited about this. I think I'm going to make some more of these and scan them and use these as background textures in some digital art that I have coming up. I can just think of so many really cool ideas to use this for, so I am super excited because that turned out to be a lot of fun and really awesome. The pink still looks like it hasn't mixed all the way in the very bottom, but it's coming out pretty dang vibrant. I'm curious to see how these last, if they last in the bottle. Time will only tell. If I do another dollar store video, I'll update you on how they are, because I might do another dollar store video in a few months. I also just want to talk really quickly about a few other supplies that I picked up. I know I mentioned them while we were shopping, but the toothbrushes actually kind of create a similar effect, but you can really play around with it and get angles right and all sorts of stuff. So that's kind of like a watercolor technique that's used a lot in watercolors. So if you want more information about that, let me know in the comments and I'll see if there's interest in kind of like watercolor techniques. There's just so many videos out there that already cover that, and I don't want to be repetitive. I want to be providing you guys with fresh content. The toothbrush holders, I use these to store the paintbrushes. I actually don't know if these ones will fit, but my smaller paintbrushes fit in them. Let's see. I think they might be a little too big. Yeah, so it's a little big for my bigger brushes that I just bought from the dollar store, but it's perfect for the smaller ones, which honestly are the bigger problem because the smaller ones, the tips are so tiny that they get bent really easily. So this is a protective case for smaller ones. I also wanted to mention these because I know I showed them when I picked them up, but I don't see these very often at the dollar store. At least if they've been there before, I just haven't noticed them. I'm really excited. I don't know if you can really see that tip in. Kind of, you can kind of see it. So I'm really excited about these because I use them for all sorts of things, but this is basically, they called it a piercing and a scoring tool set, which yes, it totally is, but also you can use them as carving tools if you're using clay. You can use them to poke holes in pages when you're journaling or to emboss something. So it just really, they're very versatile tools, and I was really excited to see them at the dollar store because they're usually kind of pricey at other stores. So this is probably one of the more exciting things that I picked up during the trip today, or last week actually. It was when I went shopping. I'm excited to see what I come up with the metallic frame that I picked out. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do it with, but I'm probably going to pair this with another stone project that I'll be working on. I am starting to combine stones with laser cut projects, and I've bought stones from all over the world, and I'm really loving how it's coming together, but some of the stones might look really cool in a project with this kind of frame. I think this will be really fun to work with the laser cut project, and actually now that I'm looking at it, could work really cool with one of these types of projects as well. It's so playful and fun. It does have a couple scratches on it, but I think I can make those work to my advantage. I'm just really excited to come up with something specifically for this frame. The fabrics I'm going to use actually as wrapping pockets for jewelry that I sell online, specifically my sunflower earrings, and next year for Christmas this can be, well, now I'm gonna have to have pink. The pet portraits that I do, and then any of the travel themed things that I create. So these are all going to come in handy. I've been trying to find ways to use fabric rather than tissue paper because I don't like tissue paper. I want something that is protective but also reusable, so that is what I'm going to do for that. So overall, lots of really great things from the dollar store. If you want to see more dollar store content, please do give lots of likes. Let me know in the comments. If there's any DIYs you've thought of, you want to try or share, please let me know in the comment box below. I appreciate all of the feedback that I get, even if it is more of a critique. I am learning, and every single one of these Dollar Tree videos kind of teaches me something new about the Shop With Me community and about people who are looking for cheap art supplies. I love doing reviews. I've added more to the channel. Some of the reviews aren't necessarily dollar store supplies, but I have recently done a acrylic paint pen review. I compared Artistro to Asani paint pens from Amazon. These are both sets that are not this set, but their base kit sets are both under $10. So you can go ahead and check out that video. I also did a cheap art supply video from Amazon if you're interested in that. I'll link it in the description box below. And then upcoming is going to be this video where I review Artistro's 42 pen set, which is a little bit more expensive, but I also try out the ceramics with the dollar store mug, and I can give you a little bit of a sneak peek. It's not done yet, but this is the sneak peek of what the dollar mug that you saw in this video is going to look like. It's obviously not done yet, but so be sure to subscribe if you want to see this video. So that's about it for today. I hope you found this video helpful. Just a side note, you may have noticed I am in a new location, and that is because I have started working on the bus. I have my cabinets in, and I've got a temporary desk, and I'm waiting to finish the finished countertop, but I'm still going to get going and do the installation of my camera mount. It's going to go right there, and so I'll go back to making better videos from a much better camera angle like I used to. I'm so excited to get back into the swing of things and have a professional lighting setup and really start to move into my school bus. So it's really, really exciting for the channel and for the future of the videos. And if you're interested in that project, me and my husband are in the middle of building a school bus conversion. If you're not already familiar, I do have a second channel that features the bus build and living in a school bus. Well, right now it's the construction part, but eventually we'll start talking about living in the school bus. And then also once we hit the road, I'll have some travel videos as well. So that is the new channel for travel. So if you're interested in checking that out, I'll link it in the description box below and the eye above if I can. I don't know if I can do that. But yeah, it's also linked on my regular channel page. Just another reminder as well, this video and subsequent videos have been voted on by you, so please do head on over to the community tab. If you go to my channel, there's a little community tab. You can click on that and you can vote for what you want to see next. It's a super fun way for you to anonymously, if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, you can just click the box. It doesn't tell me who votes for what, but it tells me how many people vote for what you guys want to see on this channel, and I love the feedback. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, remember to create, love, and travel on. See you next week. Bye!